best of 7 news in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend. This is the award-winning News 20 at 5 Live.
Good evening and welcome to News 20 at 5. I'm Marissa Richard. The FAMU Way project has finally commenced. The project will create a new east-west roadway between the current end of FAMU Way at Wanish Way and Lake Bradford Road. Multimedia journalist Berea Baker has more.
With Phase 1 of the FAMU Way extension in its final stage, contractors have shut off the traffic flow between Wanish Way and Eugenia Street for the next 3 weeks in order to complete the roundabout and attach it to other completed work. The road closure may have come as an untimely surprise to students and faculty, but according to FAMU PD Chief Calloway, FAMU Police Department, along with the Tallahassee Police Department and the City of Tallahassee, put their ideas together as early as this summer to determine an alternate route for students and faculty that would allow an even flow of traffic despite the 3-week road closure.
When we sat down with the leaders of Tallahassee, their command staff, what we came up with was we knew that there was going to be some construction at FAMU Way and Wanish. So we had to come up with a plan. So what we did collectively was put these ideas together, brought them to the table after we brainstormed to see what was the best route for us.
According to the City of Tallahassee's FAMU Way updates, the roundabout before Eugenia Street is scheduled to open on October 15, 2015, right in time for the FAMU's homecoming. With the deadline for Phase 1 of the FAMU Way Extension project rapidly approaching, contractors are working tirelessly from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday to ensure its completion. All construction work for Phase 1 of the FAMU Way project is scheduled to be completed in January of 2016. Berea Baker, FAMU TV 20.
And be on the lookout and more aware of the tollway signs around the city. Tow companies have agreed that parking in illegal spots will cost you extra. Here's Nicole Doty with more.
As of August 27th, illegally parking in private lots will now cost you more than before. The Tallahassee City of Commission approved the trespass tow fee of $22, increasing the price from $88 to $110. The hike was proposed by Tallahassee towing companies, arguing the price increase of fuel, labor, and insurance. Apartment complexes such as Seminole Grand has informed residents and their visitors. Leasing agent Rodrigo Delgado explains how residents are informed.
From the moment that all of our residents sign their leases to whenever they pay their rent or pick up their parking decal, we definitely let them know that they need to have that decal to not get towed here. If they have friends or family members that are going to come visit them, they definitely need to be having them park in a visitor spot.
Students like Jennifer Bradley, who have trouble finding parking on her campus, questions whether the university will provide more parking spaces.
I'm hoping that they build more lots for us because, like I say, the parking is limited and raising a towing price doesn't make it any better.
To prevent your vehicle from being towed, please read all signs thoroughly. And for students and residents who have assigned decals, please make sure that you are parked in your designated area. For News 20 at 5, I'm Nicole Doty.
Underage drinking is common, especially in a college town here in Tallahassee, Florida. A 20-year-old FSU student parents are looking to sue bars after serving their child an alcoholic drink underage. Ketron Hill has the story.
Underage drinking has been brought to the forefront following the fatal car crash involving a 20-year-old FSU student, Julia Gruskin. Gruskin's parents are suing several bars on Gain Street, believing their daughter was served alcohol despite her age. Bartender at Cantinas, Morgan Maddie, shared how often she deals with underage drinkers.
It's pretty common, a couple every night, especially on busy nights. Sometimes they'll just try to order a drink and not show us an ID, in which case we can't serve them.
Fake IDs and the act of getting a friend to buy drinks are just two ways for underage drinkers to obtain alcohol. Public Information Officer David Northway didn't have a comment on Gruskin's death, but shared some actions TPD are taking to decrease underage drinking.
Everybody inside the city of Tallahassee, or every bar or establishment that's going to have drinking at it as the main form of entertainment, if you will. We'll have an off-duty officer assigned there to monitor the crowds and ensure that everyone is following the laws. We also do something called alcohol compliance, or an underage drinking detail, where we have plainclothes officers walking amongst the crowds, making sure that everybody is using alcohol is over the age of 18.
College Town on Game Street has become a hot spot for students in the Tallahassee area, both of age and underage. Bars such as cantinas admit to buckling down on ID checks and finding ways to prevent underage drinking. With FAMU TV 20, I'm Keytron Hill.
And coming up after the break, find out why everyone is praying for Paris. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.
Florida A&M University students have explored international cultures while discovering what they can become.
From Hong Kong working as a camp counselor to the Dominican Republic for the Study Abroad program, I discovered my passion for international studies. As Miss FAMU, the university has prepared me to represent my institution in the global market.
Discover what you can become.
Descubrir lo que puede llegar a ser.
Yeah, what she said. For more information about our Study Abroad program, visit discoverfamu.com.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Marissa Richard. Many families and friends were left hurt and hopeless Friday night in Paris after terrorist attacks took them by surprise. The attacks began around 9:20 p.m. local time and killed over 100 people and left hundreds wounded. Victims were attacked at several sites across the French capital.
An outpouring of support from around the world for the victims of the Paris attacks.
New York City stands together today with our sister city, Paris. We feel such deep sorrow.
I hope that when they see the support of the people all over the world that's coming out for them, that they realize that this is the time to heal.
The world is watching, and I don't know how to say it. Yes, we have to figure out why this is going on.
Among the victims is Noemi Gonzalez. The 23-year-old was a student at Cal State Long Beach.
Noemi was something of a star in our department. She was a shining star.
Across Paris Friday night, terrorists armed with rifles and suicide vests carried out attacks at 6 different locations. ISIS claimed responsibility for the bloodshed. French President François Hollande promises a merciless response, calling the attacks an act of war. Investigators are scrambling to track down possible accomplices, and not just in France. There have been raids and arrests in Belgium connected to the Paris attacks. Investigators say a car rented in Brussels was found near one of the sites of the attacks. One of the suspects was known to police, and CNN pressed one French senator as to how he slipped through the cracks.
All the big murderers we had last time were also known before they were acting like that.
That's a real problem.
It's a hell of a problem.
Meanwhile, some 1,500 French troops have deployed across France in an effort to thwart any future attacks. Reporting in Paris, I'm Erin McLaughlin.
For more information, you can visit CNN.com. And tensions are running high at the University of Missouri following racial problems between black and white students and the resignation of the university president. CNN has more.
In the name of Jesus! In the name of Jesus! In the name of Jesus!
Students gathered at the University of Missouri this weekend to highlight complaints of racism on the overwhelmingly white campus. Players met with their coaches on Sunday as the team canceled its scheduled practice. Most of them were tight-lipped about the meeting and about the controversy.
We're not allowed to comment on much, so like I said, we're just going to all stay together as a team, and we all made this decision as a team to, not talk to media, so you're not going to hear much from the players. So
Mizzou coach Gary Pinkel wrote online, "The Mizzou family stands as one," posting this picture of the team. The move comes after graduate student Jonathan Butler started a hunger strike last week. He accuses the university's leadership of not doing enough to address racism on campus and push Mizzou in a positive direction.
So I'm in this because it's that serious. We're dealing with humanity here. And at this point, we can't afford to continue to work with individuals who just don't care for their constituents.
I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
To find out the latest on the story, you can visit CNN.com. After the break, find out how Jameis Winston led his team to a victory. You're watching News 20 at 5.
Remember when imagination could take us anywhere? It still can. Destination Imagination is an extraordinary after-school activity that lets any child experience creativity, teamwork, and problem solving. Parents and teachers, start a Destination Imagination team and let your child begin the journey of a lifetime.
Florida A&M University students have explored international cultures while discovering what they can become.
From Hong Kong working as a camp counselor to the Dominican Republic for the Study Abroad program, I discovered my passion for international studies. As Miss FAMU, the university has prepared me to represent my institution in the global market.
Discover what you can become.
Descubrir lo que puede llegar a ser.
Yeah, what she said. For more information about our Study Abroad program, visit discoverfamu.com.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Marissa Richard with your sports. This past Sunday, Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took on the Dallas Cowboys and defeated them 10-6. Jameis Winston finished with 264 passing yards and ran for the game's only touchdown to lead the Buccaneers to a victory. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now 4-5 as they get ready to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. And the FAMU Rattlers took on the Tennessee State Tigers in a hard-fought battle in their first home game of the season. Here is multimedia journalist Travis Milton for more.
The Florida A&M University Rattlers football team saw their first home game action of the season facing the Tigers of Tennessee State. Coming into the game, the Rattlers were still winless on the season as they hope to change that against the 2-1 Tigers. The Rattlers played well on both sides of the ball as they were able to get out into an early lead, putting the first points on the scoreboard. Soon after, things didn't really improve for the 0-3 Rattlers as they only found the end zone one more time on the night. First-year starting quarterback Carson Royal says that he has learned what he needs to do in order to improve his game on the offense.
I've learned that I can get a little up and down on myself, and I just have to make sure that I stay calm and I'm able to lead this offense in the right direction no matter what happens on the field.
Also speaking on the offense, head coach Alex Wood says that their offensive attack has to become more balanced and efficient.
Well, we're running the ball with not necessarily efficiency, but we got some bright spots. I'll put it that way. We got some bright spots in running the football. We just need to generate a more balanced, attack, with efficiency. Not necessarily, what we're doing, but just with efficiency.
The Rattlers fell to the Tigers 30-14 and will be on the road again as they will face another Tiger team in Savannah State, still in search for their first win on the 2015 season. For News 20 at 5, I'm Travis Milton.
And across the tracks, the Florida State Seminoles took on NC State in their homecoming game. The Florida State Seminoles defeated NC State 34-17. Quarterback Sean McGuire threw for 231 yards and 2 touchdowns in their victory. Florida State moves to 8-2 on the season. And after the break, found out what exciting event has made its annual trip to town. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.
I've always loved science as a kid. At the age of 14, I developed an innovative stitching technique. I decided to hone my skills at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, majoring in chemistry.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. The Tallahassee Fair is all set up and ready to go. The 74th Annual North Florida Fair begins Thursday, November 5th through Sunday, November 15th. You can purchase an advance ticket at any local Walgreens. The North Florida Fair is located on 441 Paul Russell Road. And for a listing of different shows taking place at the fair, visit northfloridafair.com. Mayor Gillum kicks off the second annual Family First Week, allowing children to receive vision exams, dental checks, and physicals if the child is 10 years or older. Mayor Gillum says Family First Week allows the community's development to be a nurturing place for children and families to grow. The event will be held November 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. downtown at the Kleeman Plaza. Well, that's going to do it for today. Don't forget to visit our website at famutvnews.com. And until next time, this is News 20 at 5. I'm Marissa Richard. Have a great evening.